actually just boiled fish and boiled cornmeal, but I decided I wanted to adapt that a little bit and make something like fish and grits, because grits is also made out of corn, and that's something that people in the Spanish colonial period would have had access to. So the ingredients that we're going to be using today are yellow organic corn grits, cornmeal, corn, and then for the fish I have a catfish. It's like a local catfish. It's from Mississippi. And then to flavor this, I have half of an orange, some salt, 1 clove of garlic, some Tupelo honey, and black pepper. Alright, so now we are gonna marinate our fish. So the fish that I have here today, like I said earlier, is from Mississippi. This one is a farmed variety, but it's also just a freshwater catfish, and they definitely would have had some variety of freshwater catfish available in La Florida during the Spanish colonial period. Something that I think is important to note about catfish is that the Spanish would have considered it to be like a bottom feeder fish and not really a great fish for human consumption. But when we look at the archaeological record, we can see that despite these low opinions on catfish, that people were still eating it because they needed to eat, and that's what was available in the natural environment. So after I've put the fish in the bowl, I'm going to squeeze the juice of half of an orange over it. And oranges in Spanish La Florida would have been considered probably a luxury item because oranges would have had to come from Spain. However, they were really common in Andalusia, Spain around the time that the Spanish people were in Florida. So it would not be unheard of to marinate your fish in orange juice. And I did it here because I like oranges and I think citrus and fish go really well together. Got all that juice out. So next we're gonna add some Tupelo honey, and I have probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons here. And the cool thing about Tupelo honey is that it is completely endemic to northwestern Florida. Tupelo honey specifically comes from the Tupelo tree, and it's supposed to have a really unique flavor and aroma to it. And because it's native to Florida and you can really only find it in the Panhandle area, it definitely would have been available to people here in the Appalachia area during the Spanish colonial period. So I'm gonna add all that in, and I have 1 pretty large clove of garlic and my garlic press. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze this into my bowl as well. Ooh. Sometimes you need a knife to get all the goods in there. Alright, so once you've got your orange juice, your honey, and your garlic, you're just going to add some salt to taste and some pepper. And I like to add a lot of pepper because pepper is good. So once all the ingredients are in your bowl, you're going to want to mix it up and then just let it sit while we cook the other ingredients. While the fish is marinating, you're going to want to bring 4 cups or 1 quart of water to a boil. Once the water is boiling, add 1 cup of corn grits and stir it around, and then cover it and reduce the heat to low. Next, we're going to add half of a tablespoon of stone ground cornmeal and 2 tablespoons of butter in order to thicken it. I decided to flavor my grits with a liberal amount of Tupelo honey, some salt, and some pepper. Now I'm just going to stir it all together, take it off the heat, and cover it until it's ready to serve. I decided to cook my fish over an open flame because I think that is a more historically accurate way to do it. It's the old-fashioned way, and I just like fire. You know the fish is done once it starts getting kind of charcoaly and crispy on the outside, and when you go to poke it with a spatula, it starts to flake. And this is what mine looked like when it was done. As you can see, it's nice and crispy and charcoaly and smoky. Here I am plating my dish, and as you can see, corn and corn mush are the foundation of this dish. And while mine is an adaptation of what people would have eaten in the past, you can still see that corn was a really important staple for the people that lived in the Appalachia province and really most of Florida.